Welcome to the Silver Swan channel. Now, you've all heard of a black swan. That's something that comes from nowhere and changes the whole game. And the black swan, we've been waiting for too long. The people, as in the people of the world, need to take back the power. And in order to take back the power, you have to take back the money. What is money? Silver is the original money of all men. Silver is the oldest money in the world. And silver is how we take the power back to the people. Now, silver is a manipulated money. The COMEX, the London Bullion Exchange, the powers that be, the central banks, they control the price of silver using shorts, and they use the stock exchange, and they use ETFs, and they use all sorts of tricks in order to suppress the natural price of money, which is silver. And the way to take back the power is through the money. If you destroy the dollar, if you destroy the currencies that are currently being used in the world, you will have the power, as in we will have the power. So, 100 million people. Now that is 1.4% of the world's population. If 100 million people buy 20 ounces of silver, that is currently $710 per person. 100 million people gathering 710 current dollars of silver will get you 20 ounces of silver. 20 ounces of silver, that is per 100 million people. That's 2 billion ounces of silver. The current world mining supply is approximately 800 million ounces. If we can get to 2 billion ounces in 1 year, or before the next election on November 5th, the people can take back the power and not rely on the powers that be to fix our issue. The people can take back the power. If there's no money to fund the corruption, if there's no money to fund the criminals will no longer have any power. We can figure it all out in the end, but the people will have the power. You own 20 ounces of silver. You protect your silver. You have it in your physical possession, and it is spread over across 100 million people. There is nothing that the powers can do to stop us from then making the decisions on which way the world goes and how we live our lives. Right now, the US dollar is a fake money. All of the currencies of the world are based on the US dollar, and it is all part of the matrix. It is fooling us into thinking that the dollar is worth something, but the dollar is nothing more than a number on a screen that's being used to control us. It's being inflated like crazy. It's practically worthless already. But if we take this opportunity, while the central banks are manipulating the price of silver to what it's currently, the price of silver is currently just over $30 an ounce. In order to actually buy a physical ounce of silver, you'll have to pay approximately $35 an ounce, because that's the difference between what the spot is on the COMEX and what you can pay for it to get into your hands. So if we can get 100 million people to buy 20 ounces of silver at $35, you'll be spending $710 to take back the power to the people and not rely on this next election to save the world, not rely on the governments to save us, not rely on the FBI or the DOJ or the military to save the people. We take back the power by spreading the wealth out around the world over so many people that there is nothing they can do to take that money back. And by taking that much silver into the possession of the people, 2 billion ounces into the possession of the people over a short amount of time, we will break the manipulation. And the reason why this will work on breaking the world, essentially, and bringing the power back to the people is silver is needed to make everything that we use. It's needed to make cars, it's needed to make phones, it's needed to make every electronic piece of equipment on this planet. It's needed to make solar panels, electric cars, batteries. Everything that is currently making this world turn needs silver. The biggest companies in the world, Apple, Google, Tesla, NVIDIA, for example, NVIDIA is like the biggest thing in the stock market right now, will be absolutely worthless if they can't get their hands on silver. They need silver to make chips. They need silver to make AI work. You need silver for absolutely everything in this modern world. And silver is what can break the backs of this current power structure that is trying to enslave us. So, we will get 100 million people to buy 20 ounces of silver. It's going to cost each person $710. We will have 2 billion ounces of silver in our hands spread across the world, and there is nothing they can do about it. So, share this video, like it, subscribe to the Silver Swan, and let's take the power back to the people.